been so long.
It's been long enough that it's somewhat assumable sometimes that people know who we are, but also with the amount of out of city, out of state, out of country talent, there's probably a lot of people who don't know who we are.
People who are tuned in, you know, maybe some of the Frenchmen who are waking up to begin their workday today across the sea might be, you know,
extraordinarily early.
Extraordinarily
It's like 4 or
early, yeah, 'cause
5
it's like
for them.
3 a.m. over there.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it is about 10:30 p.m. local time. I had to look at the clock.
They're 7 hours ahead of us, everyone.
Okay. So 5:30. Some people
Yeah.
might be waking up. Regardless, despite this banger music playing in the background, NWA Danby, or as we just call him, Danby, formerly of Arkansas, now longtime resident of Dallas-Fort Worth, going up against the young rising star, Johnny, from All Nighters.
Yeah, looking incredibly strong as he does. Danby taking out Lima to get here.
Yeah.
Which is very nice for him, earning himself the right to play in this best of 5 now in winter semis up against Johnny. Johnny, you know,
Look, let me tell you something. This is a matchup that normally I would be like, okay, I think that Johnny with all the sword characters, that's something that Yoshi can struggle with, and maybe Danby will fall short. But boy, like you said, Danby's been playing great today.
been playing hot.
But hey, Johnny has been too. That's why they're both in winter semifinals. Look at the little tap!
Just barely made it back, and the dribble set up the up air. Danby taking the first stock, but it is not a long lead.
Nah, you can bet your final and last Bippy that Johnny will be all over you on those platforms, particularly if you cannot escape quickly. Obviously, Danby has a lot of escape options, but the question is, how vulnerable do you make yourself as Yoshi, drifting all the way into the corner or jumping above a Sephiroth like this, where Johnny can keep the pressure going?
Oh, and he does keep it going. If I could describe Johnny in a word, it is deliberate with his move choices, the way that he is waiting for Danby to spend his resources.
And I think through being that deliberate is one of the things that makes Johnny so scary, because he's not just mashing moves. He is continually making you feel the pressure, even when he's not pressing anything. But down smash from Johnny met with one of Danby's own. Octo Slash will get him back to the ledge, and it's anybody's guess. I will guess that it is Danby to be the first one to put Johnny on the last stock.
Good guess.
Ah.
And I will guess that it is Johnny who evens it up immediately.
As he does.
As he does.
All jokes aside, I think that I would have said that regardless of seeing that result, because we've already seen it twice from Johnny. If you get ahead of him, you are not going to be able to create much distance unless you are able to take advantage of that, like you said, deliberate but aggressive pressure.
You know, when you're using that invincibility, as deliberate as he is, he's going to make the most of it.
Great use of that aerial drift, though, by Danby, getting away from the sword and then drifting out of that nair range, knowing that it'll be hard for Johnny to fire back. I love the up B, but just the blade dash back down to the stage and getting to continue a juggle. And Danby, as much as he's trying to change the pace right now, Johnny's back in control with the Dino off the ledge.
Getting up and in against Johnny, against Sephiroth here, as Yoshi in general is just so difficult to get through that sword. Tries to set up through the eggs, but if you're not careful, you get poked and skewered by the down smash. Not enough to finish the job. Danby's DI's dies. Oh my, no!
Hey, yo, I can't believe Johnny went all the way under the stage such that he didn't even have the distance to make it back, got Pineapple. Danby with that in-the-moment snap decision awareness. I feel like that's why he's been so good today.
I also feel like he paid off the PS2 architect to let that happen. I feel like any other stage and he rides that, you know, that wall up into the ledge.
Even under Smashville, I feel like he makes that back, but PS2, nah.
Unforgiving.
He's trapped. It also makes it so much harder that because of the way the camera works, it's very difficult to see what you're doing down there.
And literally not visible.
Even to the fact that Johnny was facing, you know, away from the wall, so he didn't even have the opportunity to try to poke his sword in there to extend the recovery. He was done.
Yeah, he was done. He had nothing, and Danby took huge advantage. I feel like he was playing from behind in a position where he was taking a big risk. But going out there with a nair, he smells blood in the water, and he is all over it.
Man, I think what I'm loving about this set so far is that these two are just trading 30 to 40%, right? You see optimized combos. It's not just one straight hit into nothing, and even the advantage state extends. But right now, Danby is just hammering away at that Sephiroth, and with that lightweight, I mean, one drag down back air conversion could mean the end of the stock.
Absolutely. Sephiroth is not the heaviest character in the world despite his large stature.
He's like made of aerogel.
Yeah.
Ooh, but no tech on the
Sephiroth
platform.
looking like the Lay's bag.
He's He's 70% air and only half full.
Not a lot of substance, and that is exactly what you were talking about, the drag down back air, finishing things off, and Johnny trying to answer immediately yet again, but Danby holding that shield, navigated the invincibility, but stuck at the ledge now. Has he get through it?
Back air just gonna fire him right back off stage, avoiding those fireballs, as Danby is allowed to do as Yoshi. You can spend a whole lot of time out there, but how do you fight for center stage? Johnny does such a good job of conditioning you such that you never feel safe jumping up onto that platform, and then how do you run right through that Sephiroth sword?
Yeah, oh my god! I was gonna say that Johnny didn't take it fast, but he took it timely. Danby took it fast and timely. That next stock, great time to grab the ledge as well, get invincibility through all of that DOT mess.
You know, Danby is one of the most exceptionally intelligent players I ever have the privilege of watching, but he doesn't always use that intelligence.
Yeah?
Which is unfortunate, but tonight, I mean,
He's on it.
all over. I mean, the damage is there. He's making amazing adaptations, and especially, again, patience in a bad matchup for him, paying off dividends.
Opportunistic as ever. Like we saw from the end of the first game, Danby shoving us into the last stock now. Johnny with a 61% deficit and climbing. Oh, but he's climbing right back.
Couple of little jolts and then the sword poke as well. Johnny trying to rend this stock asunder if he has the chance. There is the trap of the century, 106%. Danby was in the lead in this stock, and now it is all falling to the wayside with Johnny just needing one more stock. He was not touched by the time the Dino went on to that last one, and that is exactly what we've come to expect from this young man.
It was the juggle at the end of the day. Johnny looking like he could get a job at the circus right now, and he would fit right in.
Because he was running circles around him, man. I
Running
mean,
circles.
that is, again, one of the things that you have to respect from Johnny is that advantage state can just go and go and go, and he doesn't always make immediate snap adaptations, but when he puts it all together, things like that happen often.
And what a music counterpick, honestly.
This
To
would
go-
make me.
To go into game 3, one of the most important games of the set, sets up counterpick advantage for the rest of this best of 5.
And that includes music.
It does include music, and right now we got the Yoshi bops.
Unlike Johnny, who would rather be hitting the gritty right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
45% and climbing. This is, I mean, it looks like we just picked up exactly where we left off at the end of that last game too. Danby's aerial drift is getting read like hop on pop.
Oh, and not going to be able to get any big combo off of the throw. Yoshi typically doesn't, but he has been getting a lot off of that throw thus far.
Ooh, little poke with the back air is not going to set up for anything. Ledge trap for Danby is going to be big, but this will be the problem. Yoshi has that very low jump height, normally really good for mixing up your approaches to your opponent, but the distance that he can make up is one that Johnny on that Sephiroth can perfectly cover, and Danby really has to commit if he wants to mix up his landing timings.
The eggs are making it a little bit hard for Johnny to really capitalize at the ledge. And you know, Danby is making up some of the percent. Finally has his feet on the ground.
Ooh, and a little bit too low to make it back, and Johnny says, why not put an exclamation point on it with that downer? Not even necessary, but why not?
Let's just make sure.
Just in case there's some magic.
No magic in the air on that stock, though. Johnny, once again, applying the pressure with the juggle, keeps Danby on the half of the stage he wants to be at, you know?
I feel like Danby just hasn't been mixing up the game plan as much, and a couple of key mistakes have ended in early stock losses. That one hurts especially badly, although the egg into Nair will get him back into the game. This is quite the deficit to be going up against when you're trying to make a comeback against somebody like Johnny.
Yeah, but Danby's already applying the pressure, really looking to get that classic egg forward air. A little interrupt by the snap.
How about one more snap as well to keep the Yoshi up there? Saved the double jump, very smart, going all the way to the ledge as Johnny opts to hold that stage. Like you said, Danby has been making great use of those eggs, and I feel like the conversions that he's gotten off of them have really allowed him to fight back when things get iffy for him.
I love the patience from Danby. He went through all of that abuse and then still wasn't just immediately trying to swing when he got down. That's all Johnny wanted. Said, hit me! Oh.
Danby trying to oblige that exact thing off stage, but also doing a great job to maneuver around that Sephiroth recovery. That Octoslash can drag you in.
Can toss out the skewer.
Ooh.
These back airs are going to be a menace for Danby to maneuver around. Oh, yeah.
The Johnny.
That's the Johnny.
Dash back, turnaround, down smash. I've seen it hundreds of times from Johnny at this point, and somehow it keeps working.
Hey, you want to dash up shield against me? Look,
Good luck.
That is typically an answer, a way to, you know, walk and block, get in against the forward tilts, which can be oppressive.
And I was going to say, especially on FD, something like that can be really, really good for Sephiroth too. And the idea that, right, you're constantly trying to make up that ground against him, but as Yoshi, you can't use your double jump to really mix up your landing effectively because it is such a big commitment in that matchup. So you have to stick low to the ground. And Johnny making really, really good use of that. Now Danby taking perhaps maybe we'll see him take some notes out of one of the top players he felled in the bracket earlier, Nero's. He's pulling out his own Pikachu, which is a sight I have not seen in a while, but I'm always excited to see the Danby Pika come back out.
It's one of those every once in a while treats that you do see from
sometimes
Danby.
treat, as you like to say.
Yes. It's not every day, but whenever it comes out, I'm like, you know what? I feel like there's a reason for it. He's ready for it. And especially against Sephiroth, this tall boy,
Woo!
he is absolutely prone to getting looped, brother.
The big question for Danby is how effectively can he play this disadvantage, because Pikachu might have a lot of escape options, but in those scrambles where you're really unsure, do I press forward, do I pull back, that's where Johnny can take advantage of that insecurity and get some really big capitalizations playing a character like Sephiroth.
Oh, that forward tilt is big strong.
Pikachu is
Swat.
not heavy.
Yeah, no, he is not. Sent flying.
Down throw, up air, not going to set up into anything big for Danby, so it's just a small juggle. And this is the one thing that's always suffered a little bit for Danby is how does he get the KO with the Pikachu? The neutral, still very much good, because Danby's just fundamental approach to the game is very strong. But
honestly, that's the thing that Pikachu will accentuate is, hey, the neutral comes easy. The hard part is getting the setups afterwards, right?
And that should have been a kill. Danby not able to find it. I mean, probably forward tilt, forward air, like a whole
Dash
lot of
attack.
things.
Yeah.
Just like that could have taken it. But despite the freeze up, Danby keeping it very close.
Ooh, spot dodge. You got in your combo early to not get popped, and great roll. Perfect timing to not get shield broken.
Ooh! And I love that disengage right into re-engage from Danby, landing right on Sephiroth with that quick attack. And Johnny, all of a sudden, again, these early percents, Danby's still looking real strong.
Yeah, he is. Very low percent. Approaching with Thunder Jolts. Great catch with the Nair. Oh, but that is a big snap on the way down. Johnny neutral air buys him space. Forward tilt so strong. Back air almost doing it. If we had wing, that was a dead Pika.
Oh my god, I love the way that Johnny is just continually cycling through the neutral bees. And again, the down smash on FD finding so much success against people who are just afraid to use that double jump to try to mix up the landings. Danby in particular having some struggles against the Sephiroth. He is down to potentially his winner's bracket stock.
Again, we've seen so many footstool out of shield dares from Johnny. They are really nice, especially against Pika, who is applying such safe shield pressure typically. But that is the fastest out of shield option almost any character has, that frame 3.
Sephiroth isn't usually the first DLC 2 character I think of when you say, you know, footstool down air out of shield, but
yeah.
If it works, it works.
If it does, it does.
Oh, Danby again dropping the punish. This is, again, the one
Yikes!
sticking point for the Pikachu, and it will stick until the end of the set. He got one game, but All-Nighters Johnny will carry on with the 3-1 victory. Moving on to winners finals. This young gun recently the #1 in the region.
Yeah, looking like he's got something to prove about it too.
Yeah, he's coming in here and saying, look, some of y'all might not have heard my name. Some of y'all may have just seen the one run at Low Tide City and gone, you know, everybody can have a run, right? But no, Johnny, we've been saying this for more than a couple of years. This kid is the future, and the future is now. It's 2022. That's a made-up year. That doesn't exist, but we're living in 2022. That means Johnny is here doing the best he can.
Making me feel real existential right now.
So, Chef beating Yanni in the losers bracket.